Most gardeners are taught from the very beginning that mulching is a must. It keeps weeds down, holds moisture in the soil, and regulates temperature. I believed that too, until one season, I stopped mulching altogether. What happened after that was nothing short of incredible. The soil transformed, the plants grew stronger, and I realized nature had been quietly waiting to show me how powerful it could be when left alone. Mulching isn't always the perfect solution. While it suppresses weeds and conserves water, heavy layers of mulch can sometimes suffocate soil life. Organic mulch, if not broken down quickly, can create a barrier that slows water penetration. It can even attract pests like slugs, termites, and voles depending on your environment. What's worse, over time, thick mulch can compact and seal off oxygen, forcing roots to stretch upward instead of developing deep into the soil. When I stopped mulching, I gave my garden floor back to nature, and that's when the magic started. Instead of hauling in bags of mulch, I let fallen leaves, grass clippings, and naturally decaying matter take over. This wasn't the neat, uniform look of wood chips or bark mulch. It was messy at first, scattered leaves, small twigs, bits of last season's plants. But within weeks, the soil began to shift. Earthworms returned in higher numbers, pulling organic matter deep underground. Microbes multiplied. The natural debris created a soft, breathable cover that regulated moisture and fed the soil at the same time. Unlike store-bought mulch, it didn't need replacing. The soil itself became the mulch, renewed constantly by the cycle of growth and decay. One of my biggest concerns was weeds. Without a thick mulch layer, I was certain weeds would explode everywhere. But the opposite happened. Because the soil was teeming with life and covered with natural debris, weeds became weaker and easier to manage. Most of them pulled out with a single tug. More importantly, many beneficial plants started popping up: clover, dandelion, and chickweed, acting as living ground cover and natural fertilizers. By cutting them back or lightly chopping them into the soil, I was feeding my garden instead of fighting it. The real surprise came from the plants themselves. Vegetables like peppers, tomatoes, and beans grew sturdier stems and richer foliage. Root crops like carrots and beets pushed deeper into the loosened soil without obstruction. The natural ground cover kept moisture balanced and, I noticed I was watering far less than before. Instead of pampering plants with layers of mulch, I was letting them tap into a thriving underground ecosystem that kept them resilient against stress, heat, and even pests. With the garden floor left to nature, I also leaned on one simple natural fertilizer that paired perfectly with this approach. Here's the exact recipe I used. Take 1 cup of fresh weeds, such as clover, nettle, or comfrey. Chop them finely, and soak them in 5 liters of water for 24 hours. Strain the mixture, dilute it again with an equal amount of water, and use it to water your plants directly at the root zone. This creates a quick-acting liquid fertilizer loaded with nitrogen and micronutrients. Combined with the natural soil cover, it gave my plants an extra boost without relying on commercial products. Within a single season, my soil became almost maintenance-free. I didn't need to haul mulch, spread it, or worry about fungal buildup from decomposing wood. The soil was light, crumbly, and dark with humus. Rain soaked in easily without pooling, and even during dry spells, the garden held on to moisture far longer than mulched beds. By stepping back, I realized I had accidentally created a mini self-sustaining ecosystem. The constant cycle of organic matter breaking down fed the soil, and the soil, in turn, fed the plants. If you're used to mulching year after year, it might feel a little strange to stop. But, sometimes less really is more. Letting leaves, grass, and garden cuttings decompose right where they fall is nature's way of mulching. Only better. You save time, money, and honestly, a good bit of energy, while encouraging soil biology to thrive. If weeds pop up, don't panic. Just cut them, compost them right in place, and watch them return as natural fertilizer. Instead of forcing a tidy but artificial layer of mulch, you'll be working with the rhythms of your garden, not against them. The moment I stopped mulching, I discovered that gardening didn't have to be a constant battle of adding, covering, and controlling. Nature already knows how to protect and feed the soil. By giving it room to do its work, my plants became healthier, my soil richer, and my workload lighter. The results weren't just surprising, they were life-changing for how I approach gardening. If you've ever wondered whether mulch is the only way to protect your garden, I encourage you to try stepping back and letting nature take the lead. The transformation may shock you too. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share this with fellow gardeners, because sometimes the best gardening secrets are the ones nature has been showing us all along.